so that I will speak less. Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments about anything that we've covered or anything that they've done or haven't done or left undone?
What's your email address? So
SponderB at ccsu.edu.
So that's who we send it to if we want to invite you to
You
our
bet.
wiki spaces? Okay, thank
You
you.
bet. Now, looking at students' websites, I just like to look at a few of these. I got a couple here that Megan and Matthew have to check to see if yours. Did you put yours on the Moodle? Did you put your website address?
The Weebly website or
The Weebly.
Yeah, I did. But
You gotta upload it to Moodle.
Either upload it to Moodle, yeah, and email it to me also. And Megan?
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Okay, so who volunteers to let me look at your site? What's your name?
Brianna?
Brianna, okay. And Brianna, yeah, Brianna.
No.
No.
But that's okay.
We'll look at both. Okay, so how do you guys like using Weebly?
It's pretty good.
Some of you have used Yola in the past. The reason why I want you to use Weebly is because it's something different. And so everything that you do with technology, you want to use it in at least 2 to 3 different ways. And anything you can do with technology, you can do 2 or 3 different ways. One way doesn't work, you try something else. That way doesn't work, try something else. That doesn't work, you invent your own. But never get stuck. There's always a way to do anything that you want. But that's not only true for technology, it's also true for everything you teach. Everything in the school, no one wants to know why things don't work. They just want to know that it's done. So if something doesn't work, don't apologize and explain why it doesn't work. Just tell people it'll get done and do it. So that's why I want you to learn Weebly, so that people who have already learned how to use Yola, now we have 2 to use. And the Google Sites is another one that you might want to use at some time as well. Okay. So we have the contact. Oh, is that where you live, or?
No, I just made it up.
Okay.
Wait, what is what where I live?
Over here, like these
Oh,
mountains.
that was a picture I took at the Grand Canyon this summer.
Ah, which side? The Vegas side or the other side, the Arizona side?
Arizona side.
Did you go through Oak Creek Canyon on the way up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty pretty.
Yeah.
It's a speed trap, though. It really is a speed. I used to live in Arizona. It's a speed trap. So the PLN, we have the Pinterest and the Wiki Spaces. Good for you.
How do you make those pictures?
You use the paragraph. I used, because I just told Bree how to do it.
Yeah, he did. This is all he did.
So I did.
Are you talking about the pictures themselves, or how do you get them side by side?
No, I know there's a column button for side by side, but I don't know how to make it. I tried copying and pasting. That doesn't
So I did the column thing, and then you put a title up at the top, so you can divide them by week 1, and then you can add the paragraph, picture and paragraph, and the picture and paragraph has a title bar, which is the Pinterest, has the paragraph portion, which is the little lettering, and has the picture spot, which is the picture.
Yeah, I think he's also talking about getting the picture.
Yeah.
And there are the ways to get the picture. The way that I think I taught you already is do a screen capture. Do you remember that? Didn't we do screen
What if
captures
you
in
don't
here?
have a Mac?
Use a PC.
You can screen capture.
Of course.
Yeah, you do print,
Absolutely.
PSCR and print screen. If you just hit that, it'll do a screenshot.
Yeah, and by the time you leave here today, you'll know how to do a screen capture on a Mac, PC, Linux, any other machine. You can't leave today without learning it. The program that we have today, you'll be able to do that as well. One of the programs you're going to learn. But basically, use the screen capture for everything that you do. Because if you register for something, screen capture that. You got pictures here. So, how do you like VoiceThread?
Good. I actually used it for a lesson I did yesterday.
Oh yeah, and what happened?
I used it as my introduction. I used actually the one I put up on there about Native
That's right.
Americans.
Okay, it's not linked though.
Oh,
Could you link it?
how do you do that?
Well, when you link it, what you do is you click on it, and then on the bar there's like something that says add a link.
Yeah, it looks like a link.
Yeah, it looks like a chain link and you stick it there. So let's take a look at it by copying this.
Click over here.
No, click from H
Yeah.
and scroll down. Bring, no, click and hold.
Open link in new tab.
And then hit this button.
Oh, I see.
And then, did you hit Control C?
Oh, no.
Now, what is VoiceThread for the people who haven't used it? We introduced it in class, but
Control C.
what do you think,
And
Brianna?
then
I liked it a lot. Yeah, my students liked it too. They said it was a little bit hard to hear though.
Okay, so let's make it louder. So, nice and loud.
My ancestors are from the Choctaw tribe.
Can you hear that?
I'm so proud of what you've done with this project. Your visuals and your remarks are very educational, and it looks like you had a lot of fun with it too. So congratulations to you, Mrs. Patalino and Mrs. Kinsella, on this very exceptional project. I'm so proud of you.
Let's see what she says. Now, this is Isabella, and Isabella wrote in here because you can do that with VoiceThread. And you can comment. Now, I'm not signed in, so I don't know if it'll let me comment. Yeah, it'll let me comment. So I can record. Those of you who do not have sound at home, you can phone it in. So there's no excuse. And actually, there are a lot of sites where you can actually phone the stuff in as opposed to just recording from your computer. You know that, right?
This is me with my Native American picture story. Long ago, Native Americans used pictures to tell stories and communicate. My story says they were two brothers.
Now, if I want to just put some information in here, I can record. And it wants me to sign in, which I'm not going to do, so I won't do it. But you can go to any of the pages and see if people have commented. Wow, you got a lot of them. Holy cow, you spent some time on this. And this is him telling about what it is.
My group represents the Crow tribe. Here you can see me finding facts about my tribe on the computer and in a book about my tribe. Notice my group's poster about the Crow tribe in the background. Here's what I learned about the Crow tribe. The Crow tribe ate buffalo, and the Crow tribe lived in Wyoming and Montana. And the women wore long deerskin dresses. They were decorated with porcupine quills, beadwork, and elk teeth.
Now, what if did you have parents actually go through this? Have you sent it home so that parents can see it?
No, I didn't. Well, no.
This is me working
This
on
isn't my
our class
class.
picture list.
It's somebody else's class that you did this with.
No, this is someone else's class, but I showed it to my class as an initiation.
Oh, you just showed it to your class.
Yeah.
You haven't done it with your class yet?
No, because I did something different with them, but I did
Okay.
a Native American.
Well, you see what you can do with this then. I mean, this is pretty neat. And if you do this, something like this with the class, make sure that the parents get to see it because they're your best helpers for helping the children. But also, you need to make an impression wherever you are. You want to make a good impression because people evaluate you. I mean, it's true. People will evaluate everything you do in the classes. So the more you can do to show them that you're using technology and teaching well, the better off they'll see you. You want them to see you at your best, right? Not at your worst. So activities like this really can go a long way to helping you. Okay. That's again, my opinion, but I hope you do stuff like this. Okay, good. So you have that, and you have Delicious. You got a couple of dogs down there. And class rules. Mrs. O'Leary's class. Okay. Now you might want to number these so that they don't run together.
Okay.
So that's always a good point. And it's better than using bullets. If you do a presentation, don't use bullets. Just use numbers so that people can, if they have a question about number 4, they can say number 4 instead of trying to read it and you say it and figure out which one they want. So it's always better to use numbers on these things. This is your homework that you've done. And what you've done is you've used the homework for them. So you want to put your homework assignments on here.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, your homework assignment. Your homework assignments go on here. So the stuff that I ask you to do, you'll see from some others.
Oh, I thought you meant like the homework for.
That's okay. Here's the parents' stuff. Good. And who has it where they did?
And do the work thing.
let me see. Who can I look at? Beth, okay. Nice. And let's see, so we've got your homework here. And you don't put any homework on here either?
It's on my thing right here. Do I need to sign out of mine?
Publish it again.
You have to publish it again.
Oh.
Which is good. I mean, these are good things to see. See, and I refresh, and I should, look at this, magic. You see that? I only use like one finger of one hand, and I made all that appear. So here's our data-driven decision-making that I asked, Web 2.0. Good. There'll be more. And the rules, do this, do that, do this, do that. Listen carefully, follow directions. Yeah.
Is that all the homework that you wanted on there so far?
I think that's all I asked you.
Okay.
I'd have to look. But I'm going to have some more, like this week and next week and the week after, there's going to be more stuff up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't want us to publish, like, on the actual thread our homework? You wanted us to put it on our website?
I think I asked you to do that. Didn't I, or not?
I didn't understand. I
Yeah.
only understood it on Moodle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned both. If you go back and look at it, and if I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, I just wanted it on there too.
But as long as, like, we put it on, like, Moodle for now, it's okay.
Yeah. But get it on the homework assignment.
Okay.
It's
I want your site to be
Control-C.
something that you can use later. So as much as work as you put on here, who knows what's going to happen to the Moodle if you'll be able to get it back. So I'd like you to put as much of your work on here as possible.
But it has to be on Google Free because they have to comment on someone else's.
Mhm. And then the home page. Okay, good. One more volunteer. I'm not going to ask.
Christine?
Oh, nice happy smile. And that's a good picture of the blinds in the back. Parents. Now this is nice because you have information for parents that should be useful for them. I like that. Always try and think of any way you can have a good exchange with parents. It's really important to do that over and over again. So these are nice. We've got nice examples and links, which actually link, YouTube link.
Yeah, I tried to link them to the new page though. Sorry.
I like that. How to help your child read. Excellent. And these are things that parents may not actually do unless they're told. You'd be surprised. Some parents aren't as web savvy or savvy as you are. And rules. Okay, listen carefully. Now, the only thing I would comment about this is whenever you write something, don't center it.
Oh, okay.
Always left aligned. Now, why do I say that? There's a pedagogical reason why it should always left aligned. They should go to the left here. And why?
Model for the kids?
Model for the kids. This is parents also, but there's another reason. And modeling certainly is one. What's the standard way we read?
Left to right.
Left to right. So as much as possible, you want to make things as standard as possible for people. You don't want to show them that you can center it or put pretty pictures up, because the whole key is communication. Now you can make things look nice without putting too many crazy pictures and things. You don't want to put sounds on there. You don't want to put animated GIFs because they get in the way. People get bored of them after a while. So you make a website to communicate with parents, and you don't want anything to get in the way. Same thing with students. When you present something to them, you don't want to put like a lot of fancy dancy stuff on it. And the reason is that any little thing that you put in that could be distracting will probably distract one of the students or more. It's like, you guys like to eat cake, right? In general. So when you eat cake, do you taste the salt? You taste the sugar. It's sweet, but you don't taste sugar. And it's the same thing, like when you communicate with the kids, you don't want them to be stuck on tasting the salt or the sugar. So when you make any of your instruction, just make it as standard as possible and then work out from there. You can put in colors if they fit. If not, just don't throw a flower in just to look pretty. That is not good instruction. Plain and simple. Okay. So other than that, these are really nice. And you don't know that. But in general, you'll look at professional sites, and most are going to just be standard and add some other things to it. Question or comments? I need at least 2.
And the PLN's okay?
I will check.
We're not as like Prius.
It's in the more.
Yeah.
Now, do you like this drop-down menu?
No.
You don't? Okay. And we have
Because those are
Twitter.
great, but
Okay,
the other side-
good. Now, each week, I'm going to ask you to add 1 for each of the 5. Now, have you contacted any people?
Oh, sorry. I thought.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Did you contact any people?
Yeah, I did.
Tell us about it.
I contacted Mary Cowhey. She's someone that we're learning about in our EDTE 320 class. She's an author.
Yeah.
I contacted her on her personal page, and she wrote back.
What'd she say? Anything interesting, or just like general how you doing kind of stuff?
Yeah, like I wrote to her about like how we love her book, and like she's a big inspiration, and like stuff that we did in our class. Like our professor was inspired by like her book, and she thought that was like awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing I'd like you to be thinking of doing. When you find something that impresses you, contact the person or the people or whatever it is, because they don't know that you like it unless you let them know. And very often they'll write back to you, and sometimes, I'm not saying it's going to happen now, but sometimes they'll ask, or you can ask them about work you're doing based on their work, and they would give you feedback on it. I've had that happen, where you'd be doing something on somebody's, you read an article and say, I'm going to try the same thing in my class. What do you think? And they write back and they give you information. So that's something to think about. Thanks for sharing that. One other question or comment? Yes?
Well, for the PLNs, did you want us to actually put a link every single week, or if
Yeah.
I just...
Yeah, a link or
Because I've been writing like about what I found, but
That's
I
fine,
haven't
too.
specifically linked it.
that's fine too.
Okay.
If you have links, if you want to go back to them,
Yeah.
put the link in.
Okay.
And please, at least once this semester, contact a person. Contact someone who you read about in some of your classes, or someone who's like someone that you've looked up to for a while. Did you see the movie Mean Girls? Okay. In our grad class, someone liked that movie so much that they ended up doing a project for her, the person who wrote the book. And the project was like a multimedia about how to get around bullying in high school. So she was the person that actually gave them the project to do. And it was all because they were interested, they liked the movie, and they contacted her. So at least once, try and contact somebody. Okay, and I'll get Megan's, and Matthew, I'll get yours up there, or email it to me. Okay. So that's 2 for that.